Hey guys, welcome to the stream. Today we are listening to yet another Jesse call. Sorry about that. I had to key uh with the bathroom door open and didn't want it to be heard. One big scary ogre or one modern genie. Uh well, I guess it depends on who the ogre is, because if the ogre is Lorne, I guess that just wouldn't work. I don't really know what a modern genie is, to be honest. It wasn't. That is one thing. Joran didn't really explain that. I guess we're just supposed to know. But anyhow, the call we'll be listening to today, and just probably just one call, is Jesse's parents are trying to sleep, and I'm gonna go ahead and play this while I clean my glasses so I can actually read the comments. Because I just put on my glasses and they were blurry as hell. So let's go ahead and start this.
What's going on?
All right, so I have to try to be as quiet as I can. So,
Why?
yeah, because I live with my parents. Remember?
Yeah, I know. But what happened?
Oh no, my phone died, and now but
Okay, now I should be able to read the comments. Questions of the philosophers. Yes, exactly. And hello, Elsie.
my sister was like, "It sounds like you're screaming."
Why would it didn't sound like you were screaming to me?
I know, but I talk loud.
All right. Well, I
I
mean,
guess.
yeah. Well, maybe things got a little bit heated on the last call, and that certainly wasn't
Yeah,
what I
but
was.
my phone died, and I was so freaking annoyed because it's so annoying because I was like, I felt like I was like talking to myself.
Yeah. I felt like we were really getting somewhere. Like this train was really.
So I'll be 100% honest. I streamed this, like, the last call, like, Friday, which wasn't even that long ago, just last week. I don't remember what happened, so, like, I don't know what this call's about. It is taking place July 23rd, 2022, for whatever reference that can be. It just is called Jesse's parents are trying to sleep, so I, I don't know. I don't know where we're at.
In motion, and then we stopped dead in our tracks. But I got to tell you, I am starting to feel some of the positive effects of this Celsius Live Fit Peach Vibe, Sparkling White Peach Edition.
I thought you said it was gross and you weren't drinking it.
Listen, it's disgusting, but and I could say that it's disgusting, but what I can't argue with is the positive benefits of the essential energy, and I could feel that it's accelerating my metabolism. So, let's see, let's see, and I just want to read one more thing off the can here. How does it work? Celsius proprietary MetaPlus formula, including green tea with EGCG, ginger, and guarana seed, turns on thermogenesis, a process that boosts your body's metabolic rate. So I'm drinking it. I feel like maybe if I had some sparkling water to cut it, or some vodka or something.
Yeah, people like to take shots with it.
Oh, shot of Celsius, right?
Shot of Celsius.
So let's get back to where we were, because we were talking about how you had reached out to someone about nuggies, and you and this person had a conversation about nugs, and because you were concerned, you said, "Hey, this person," and I pulled it up, and that person said, "Ma'am, are you okay?" And you felt like that was, and then it looked like there was a bit of a tense, terse conversation between the two of you.
She's been doing this for months, and that was like just the last example because I stopped responding to her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'll be 100% honest. I believe this picture that I'm using for like the thumbnail and stuff. I believe this was something she posted out, like in like her community tab or where the fuck it's called now, but it was called community tab back then. Um, and literally the only reason why I found it was because it was saved on my phone, and like my phone automatically like saves my old phone, so my iPhone. I have an Android now. Um, and basically, yeah, it was just like saved on the cloud, and I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll just use this. So I don't know the context or anything. All I know is that does not look like Jesse to me, like at all.
And you know, she has this vendetta against someone that I'm friends with. And they apologized, and they have said to me, they even said that I will put out a statement if you want, that he has never had anyone else on his channel that was suspected of that crime ever on his channel, and he would never. He didn't know.
Wait. Hold on, because I feel like, I'm sorry, you have to forgive me. I'm a little slow sometimes. You pointed it out yourself. He, and let's just say C. Let's just call him C.
Yeah.
C said, now you asked C to make a statement, or C said they would make that statement?
I asked him, I said, can I have you on the record saying that, like, as if I can take a screenshot, crop it, or if I can put that out as information. But he has said that several times on his channel. He said this, he has been embarrassed, and he has said several times on his channel, I shouldn't have this person on, I should have done research, and that's why I do research about people now. And this was years ago, and he didn't think, because you're new to YouTube and everything, you don't think you just have anyone on your fucking channel.
I mean, I know who C is, and I won't say. But like, are they referring to like Joran? Was it? I don't. Fuck. I can't remember the timeline. 2022 was like me. I'll be honest. Me getting drunk a lot, and me being depressed a lot. So like, I don't remember too well. Was this after the kelp pill shit? I don't think so. I think it was a little bit. I think the kelp pill shit came out a little bit later. Um, the only person I can think of would be Joran at the time.
And then it turns out this person was accused of a crime. They were accused of sexual assault.
Wait, are we talking about who are we talking about?
Nuggets is mad because I am friends with this person.
Are we talking about Steve McRae? Are we talking about Steve McRae again?
Yeah. Yeah, but he didn't know, and that's like exactly.
Okay, no, I didn't know what she was talking about. Why would Steve McRae be C? Like, how did Jesse not pick up on that?
Like, that's why people need to research people before they have someone on their channel, but he's explained that. Now, 1 second.
Yeah, don't get in trouble.
Okay, I gotta talk quietly.
Yeah, I don't want you getting in trouble. Sounds like your parents are trying to sleep. Let's be respectful.
No, yeah, that was my sister.
Oh, that was your sister?
Yeah, but yeah, so because I just get so passionate about things.
Yeah, no, listen, I understand, but
It's so weird. Like she always like anytime someone interrupts, she's always like, "No, it wasn't my parents, it was my sister." As if that's any less embarrassing. Like, girl, you still live at home. Like, regardless if it's with your sibling or your parents, like you're still living at home.
I understand how you can get passionate about something.
And she admitted that, and I do not give a fuck what you say.
Well, now that now there's a difference between passionate.
She's a liar, so she's a liar. Mm-hmm, so mm-hmm. You're saying that when she mentioned Steve McRae, that she was lying. No, she was not. She was telling the truth at that time. Yeah, so he has apologized for that, and he feels bad, and he has made that promise that he wouldn't have on his channel before researching them, and he researched me and
Jesse,
everything.
Jesse, hey, no one's arguing this. You've made. I feel like you've made this point very eloquently, but several times, that you believe Steve McRae had a person on his channel without knowing that this person had a history
of sex.
People
call him this rape apologist.
Okay, well,
and then people who are like Evil McNuggets and Addie and Theo, they're all against that, and they're like, it's not enough. It's not enough. You fucked up.
See, and let me.
The video still exists on his channel because it's a brilliant interview, and yes, he could take it down, but I'm sorry, but that's just how it is.
Hey, no need to be sorry. That's a Jeroen line, but again, let's put the Steve McRae stuff away. Let's lock that up in a vault.
Please, goddamn, it's like, number one, it doesn't really have anything to do with Jesse, other than the fact that like Jesse was on Steve McRae's channel and like they were like flirting or whatever and like sexting, I guess, and she was being weird in that community. But regardless, it doesn't really have anything to do with Jesse, really, and especially doesn't have anything to do with the TCAP community. So like, that's nothing. Like, there's no like even like the troll didn't really have anything to do with Steve McRae. So I don't know why she's talking about Steve McRae and Katie Joy and Trisha Paytas and all these other people who like none of us in the TCAT community give a fuck about. Like, honestly, like, yeah, I'm sure Steve McRae is a piece of shit. And I'm sure like all those people are a piece of shit, but like Jesse is also a piece of shit, so like I don't give a fuck. Like, you know what I mean? It's like whenever Kennedy wanted us to watch like Jason Blaha, like who gives a fuck about Jason Blaha?
She admitted to what she admitted to, and taking that as fact, not fuckery.
Okay, well, no one said it was fuckery or fact. I'm saying let's put that aside. Let's talk about the real issue here, because when we say things like hey, they are all part of a group and they're all coming after me, and it's Vex, and it's
she's in this group, and
Jesse, look, let's not. Hey, Jesse, your sister just came in. Your parents have already talked to you. Let's keep it down. But if we're talking over each other,
my parents, my sister.
Okay, my bad. But if we're talking over each other, that's when things get loud. So let me have the floor for just a second and say something. Then I'll give the floor back.
You're going to be like, Addie is a saint.
Well, Jesse, if you're gonna talk,
and I've already talked to people.
Jesse,
I'm done.
Jesse,
the person. No, because the nuggets that what happened to me in Cyber Squeaks, do not forget about Cyber Squeaks.
No, I won't.
What they did to them is
Don't forget about Cyber Squeaks. Who the fuck is Cyber Squeaks?
Disgusting.
Well, what do they do? What did they do to Cyber Squeak? And then she hung up again. And by the way, the message that she sent was, parents are sleeping. Now I have to be quiet. They are very mad, saying I was loud. So for her to act like her parents weren't mad, why you just sent me this message? Your parents were upset. It's 9:16 p.m. They were trying to get some sleep. They're tired of hearing crying. That's what her dad said the other day. Stop crying. Let's call her back. She's really got a thing for Nuggies. She cannot stand Nuggies.
Hello, you have reached the offices of Jesse. How can I help you today?
Hi, this is the conductor from the train.
No, this is not the Jesse Incorporated call, but it is nice that we're getting some of that. I guess I accidentally skipped it. It's like a 2-hour call, so there'll be like some other time. But yeah, I'm just like trying to do these like in chronological order, I suppose, in a way. But skipping around too.
Train that we were on earlier. I have to apologize. I thought we were making great progress, and we were on a one-way speed ride to Truth Town, and somewhere we got off on a hang-up road, and I don't understand what happened there. I thought we were having a nice, calm conversation between two adults, and it ended. I don't know what happened.
Okay, let me see here. You said you took a train. Can you give me the time of the train?
Hey, Night Driver, you came in a pretty good time. The call is just now getting interesting.
And when you stopped.
Well, I would say the train started at 9:16 p.m. local time, your time, when I got a message that your parents were sleeping and they wanted you to be quiet because you were being a little loud.
Okay.
So then at 9:25 p.m. local time, there was a disconnect between two people and also on the phone. So it was a literal and a figurative disconnect. You get what I'm saying there?
Okay.
Because somewhere along the lines,
let me put that down in my notes.
Somewhere along the lines, I feel like we're having two separate conversations. We're in the same ballpark, we're in the same parking lot, but we're just not meeting in the middle. And I think
I'm looking at this picture of Jessie. It's the one of her like in her maternity dress, like sitting sideways that says bad news on it. The one that she fucking hates. And like I'm realizing one thing I didn't realize, I guess she has like a wrist tattoo, that's what it looks like to me. But like yeah, which is funny. The funniest part about this picture is that she wears that same dress and like the one that's like highly edited too. So like we know what it's supposed to look like. So even if she did lose weight, like it would have looked different on her.
think what you believe on.
Okay, it says here, hold on, let me lift my finger and flip the page. She wants to cease contact with you if you're going to admit that you are friends with this evil little big nuggets. I don't know what that's about, but that's what you put in my notes.
I don't know,
Victoria. So if you're going to admit that, she says she wants to cease contact because she has other people she can talk to, and she doesn't want to.
Understood.
Disturbed.
Yeah, and I want to let you know that I was supposed to do a stream with Nuggets tonight, and I canceled it because I needed to get to the bottom of this, before I do any.
Okay, so yeah, so you scheduled a stream with someone
there was
is after her stalking her.
But listen, I think, ma'am,
okay.
Miss.
That is noted down.
Yeah, but then I canceled it. Please note that it was better.
Wishes you well.
Shh, hey, Jesse, please note that it was canceled. Why does she keep answering? Why does she keep answering as an operator? I do not understand what's going on.
This 100% has to be a fetish for Jesse. Like the operator, the secretary, it has to be. It's so strange because like usually, right? That's like the man's fantasy, like in a relationship, and usually that's something that like comes later. Maybe she's just like pitching out. I don't know. Like I've never, like I know like nurse is like a popular like thing, but I've never like considered like being like, hey, like I'm gonna dress up as a nurse or like a maid for you or whatever. Like usually, like especially like if she's submissive, like I would assume that would be like the dom's decision. But I could be like I don't know a lot about BDSM, but like I don't know. It just seems weird to me. I've never eaten it in and out. Um, so yeah, I guess me too. I forget about shit about Jesse all the time.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I just have my headset on, so I'm outside over by the picnic table, so.
Which picnic?
I'm outside.
Tables.
In our backyard.
Yeah,
we have a huge backyard.
Oh, There's picnic table. What else is back there?
We have a shed, trees. I don't know. That's really like our little area for Shelly, my tortoise.
What about a fire pit?
Oh, and a fire pit. How'd you know? Because you watched all my streams.
I'm just painting a picture with my mind, and now that we've established the setting for this portion of the play, let's continue. So when we last
Okay.
left off, you were
Okay.
angry. You were angry. I don't even remember. You know, why don't you tell us where we are on this track on our way to
I
Truth
don't know
Town?
because I took like several hits and now I'm just like I'm calling you, but I feel like because we're talking about the Queen of not Queen of Spade, but like the Queen of Spade stream, and you're telling me that you scheduled it a while ago.
Yeah, see, that was scheduled
And
so long ago, and you didn't even give me a chance to get it out
I
there. It
know.
was scheduled. It was scheduled weeks ago, and when I saw that it was still on the schedule, I said, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry."
Why are you saying schedule? You're supposed to say schedule. You're an American.
Are you not an American?
First of all, there's that. Oh, I have no idea. I don't know anything about Tauruses.
I say schedule because that's the correct way to pronounce schedule.
But like, if you think about it that way, like if there's like so much room for it to roam around, then obviously it just doesn't want to be there if it keeps trying to escape.
But Americans pronounce it schedule because they're confused about the C in schedule.
So the C shouldn't.
But yeah, in the English language, yeah, it would be schedule. But yeah.
Okay.
Just like when I say sorry, people are like, why do you say sorry, not sorry? And I'm like, I didn't think that there was an A and H in sorry, but okay.
Oh, is that why you say sorry?
Yeah, because I like to pronounce words correct as much as I can, you know.
Okay, that makes total sense. See, now we're getting somewhere. Now we're cooking with gas. Have you heard that?
Yeah, I was talking to a YouTuber from Canada, and I said, you know, like I'll be like, oh, like if I cough or whatever, I'll smoke and stream, and I'll be like, I'm sorry and everything. And then one day, she mentioned something about like Canada, like a day in Canada, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. And she was like, are you not?
There is no fucking way anyone actually believes that Jessie was from Canada. Like, this is just a straight up lie. Like, why does she need to feel like special? Like, I understand like insecurities and everything, but why does she need to feel like special or like different? I don't understand that.
Not from Canada? And I was like, no, I'm from the US. And she's like, oh. And and then we were interrupted by other people talking, but I wanted to say it's because I say sorry and schedule.
That's funny. Yeah, schedule. I've always said it like that. But not because
Anyway,
the C, like, you know, like cat. That's a hard C.
yeah.
So like
Right.
the C in schedule, right? Why would that not make the same hard C?
Well, because there's an H.
But like, okay, so like choose.
The English language does not make any sense.
Okay. What's the plural for if you okay, let's do this. If you had a lot of let's say there's 10 females standing outside of a Baskin Robbins, and who knows why. Maybe it's that time of the month and they're giving out chocolate ice cream. That's a little joke, and it's an insensitive joke, and I'll never make it again. But there's 10 females. See, we can have fun. There's 10 females standing outside of Baskin Robbins, okay? And you were working.
How much do you want to bet Jessie didn't understand the joke and just laughed because she knew it was supposed to be a joke? Like, obviously, unlike Joran, Jessie should know. But Jessie doesn't really seem to know like female anatomy very well, so I would imagine that she doesn't really know what that means. Because like she once said that Evil Little McNuggets has a floppy clitoris. That was her words.
At Baskin Robbins, in this scenario, you are the, let's say you're the assistant manager. You worked your way up. You've worked really hard. You're always on time, and you're the assistant manager of this Baskin Robbins. And you were looking outside, and someone said, "How many?"
Sounds like me, because I've been a manager anytime I've ever got a job, other than when I was a teenager. I walked into a store. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I literally walk into stores and I tell them my job description, and they're like, "Can you fucking start tomorrow?"
I mean,
she's been a manager anytime she's gotten a job. So like now that's why she's not a manager now, because she doesn't have a job.
And if they don't, you could say, what's that song? Ranting and raving and ranting and raving. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
So okay.
Why is she moaning?
So you're looking outside and you say, and they say, how many females are out there? You would say how many? You would say there's 10 women.
Woman, yes.
Yeah. What's with that? What's the plural of woman? Hello?
I actually do not know. Is there a specific word for that?
Yeah, it's women. Like, so woman would be one woman, and women, like if I saw 10 women outside my house waiting for erotic massages.
It's la Vingariosa.
What?
You know, the Harry Potter. It's not Laviosa. It's Laviosa.
No, no. I know what she's talking about because that's the one Harry Potter movie I've seen. But no, that's not even like close. Why is it like Wes is acting like Hermione whenever he corrects her, but like whenever she tries to correct him, like it's just, I don't know. It's just normal, I guess.
I'm sorry, I never read.
No, from Harry.
I never read
Harry Potter.
I never read Harry Parker.
It's not Laviosa.
Parker.
It's Laviosa.
Yeah, I'm not. That's the Harry Parker, the book about the witches, the witch boy.
Okay, yeah. You know what Harry Potter is. Yeah.
Potter. Yeah, no, I'm familiar with the property. I never watched it.
Harry, embrace it.
Yeah, and but again, so yeah, if multiple woman would be women. Like, there are 7 women at my door, and they all have paternity tests in their hands. Like, that would be.
Would it be too mean to call would it be too mean to call Jesse Harry Porker from the Simpsons movie? Is that mean? It might be. Oh well.
How I would.
What is this, like Maury? Ding ding ding.
No. This is like reverse Murray. Now they're all coming to me with positive paternity test, and I'm hiding in a back room because I'm like, I ain't got that kind of money to pay all them women. So anyway, let's get back to what we were talking about, because we were making really good progress, and you ended up jumping off the track when you thought I had something scheduled with Nuggies for tonight. And what I was trying to let you know was that
You know what? I've always fucking hated Harry Potter. That's true. But like hearing about like now, like I'm trying to connect it in my brain to the Decoy and the Bald Beaver Hunter calls, which like I was listening to those like before this call, just you know, just vibing listening to them. Um, and actually, like I mean, they are boring for the most part, but there is actually some funny parts in there. So I mean, maybe I would stream that. I don't know. Probably not. I mean, it's really long. But yeah, I don't know. That decoy is just like really bad.
because I wanted proof. I need to know who Nuggies is and what Nuggies is up to before I can continue working with this person. Was what happened just a troll?
Okay, so the messages between you isn't enough as a professional person.
What messages to me?
And what happened with you and taking over the channel?
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. Like, so look, I've trolled people before, and I'll mess around and I'll say things, horrible, awful things as part of the troll.
So are you trolling me because so you're admitting to?
I kind of wish like yeah, radioactive. I can't wait to get to that call. Um, I kind of wish like I could play like Radioactive by like Dragons for that like specific stream, but obviously I can't.
That.
Jesse, you've admitted to trolling. Hold on. No, you have.
One time that I ever trolled someone really hard.
Yeah, you've admitted to trolling people. You even admitted to me. Come on, Jesse. This is me you're talking. You even admitted to me yesterday that sometimes you'll fabricate a story just to see if I'll give you some information because you said one of my
Yeah.
mods was on. All right, so
But
come
I don't
on.
make soft accounts or anything
Well,
like that.
but she
I'm
did.
my
But
own
Nugs,
channel, my own person. I do my own
and
things.
Nugs was on their own account saying like you're a piece of, like Nugs was really giving me the business. Nugs
Oh, and by the way, hello, Aaron E. and Izzy Stardust.
was
but the apology thing and what they did to Cypress Week is horrible. Because
yes,
they don't like what you did.
Yeah, oh no, I know, and I believe, and in my heart of hearts, I believe that Nuggies will reach out to Cybersqueak, and through the power of understanding and healing.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Just like Nuggies has reached out to multiple people.
Well, let me ask you this: if Nuggies,
no, I don't want to cry. Please,
I don't want you to cry either. Okay.
There are two TCAP channels that I know for a fact because they asked me. They said, "Oh, whatever Jesse is saying, do not believe them." And they came to me, and I gave them some information. There's one channel that I did not answer at all because
they said to Jesse, whatever Jesse is saying, do not believe. What?
I respect them, and I don't want them. They're in their world. I don't want to, do anything. But I feel like I'm being like gaslit, where she's telling people do not believe anything that Jesse says, and nothing's ever happened. And a lot of people never even knew what happened on her channel. And I felt like I was like in like a twilight zone. Like, are you kidding me? You didn't know what happened on Marcia's channel? And
it's my second channel. Yeah, it's my second channel. Like you said, it's a dead channel. No one pays attention to it. People don't like my content, so why would they even pay attention to what I was doing? I mean, that was your own word. So, and I mean, yeah. we can keep right. We can keep kicking my sand in my face all day long. But who was it? Who? No. It's fine. But who was it? Tell me in confidence. Who was it that was saying that was saying that stuff?
So there's the 3 people that came to my DMs and 2 people that I corresponded with. I do not want to give them.
Okay, I understand. No problem.
No, because then this will be crazy fucking drama, and then they're going to be like, "Why did you do this? Why all this?"
He's definitely gonna tell like later in like DMs or something. Either that or like I think this was still whenever she was talking to Guru, so she probably told Guru later on. I would have to ask them, but of course I doubt if Guru would actually remember.
Why, because the other night when I was live, I mentioned someone's name, and they messaged me severely upset.
Yeah.
Crying in tears, and I felt so bad because I did not realize that it would be that. I was trying to explain to them this was not.
What do you mean, Elrig? You literally got devil worshiper amount of subs today. So that's congratulations, I guess.
Malicious. I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
I'd rather be known as an idiot than for you to think that I meant to do this. And it was just misinformation, which we're good now and everything. Like we talked it over, but shit, sprinklers are on.
Oh no!
Oh God.
Say so. Let me ask you a question. I'm
safe.
Good. Okay. While the grass is getting some much needed refreshment in the form of water, I'm gonna take a quick second to drink a sip of Celsius Peach Vibe.
I'm being sprinkled on, but it's summer, so who cares?
Get one with Joran, but specifically Joran, who is Todd, because like I'm pretty sure like the Church of Satan, I'm pretty sure that's like a worshiping figure. Todd is like I'm pretty sure like they'll all know what that means. So get both of them done. Get like specifically him with the shotgun in his mouth. That's the tattoo to get.
Now that's going to give me the energy I need to get through the rest of my day. Now let's get to the rest of this talk. What's it going to take to find?
All the sprinkle. No, hold on. I need a minute. Oh my god, I'm soaked. All the sprinklers just landed on me at the same time.
Look, I'm not even joking. I was grabbing my phone to call the Gilgo Beach police. I thought maybe the Gilgo Beach murderer had gotten to you. So next time.
All right, I don't want to make jokes like that because that really upset me. So please respect if.
Yeah, you're right.
Like
you're right. Yeah, I would. Who would want to? I would hate being.
I don't have spring. Can you aim them? Did her dad fucking like aim them at her? That's funny if he did.
Accused of being involved with the Gilgo Beach murders, so I get it.
Yeah, no, and I told my friends and family, and they were like, "What the actual fuck?"
Could you imagine? I mean, I guess you can, but imagine someone saying that you're somehow connected with the Gilgo Beach murders. That's probably traumatizing.
Well, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Well, when I told my mom, she was like, "Get off the fucking internet."
Yeah, I would hate that.
Yeah.
I would absolutely.
Yeah, Jessie is definitely the type to say, like, instead of just Cameron, she's definitely the type to say Cameron. Like over pronunciate shit.
Yeah, I think T-Cap Joey should be stopped for that. And I don't know if you let him off the hook or what happened with that, but I would.
No, because I messed up. Okay, so here's the thing. This was a private. This was supposed to be a private conversation. I didn't expect that to be released, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Like, I would never, ever, and that's why, like, if we actually went through the lie detector test, this could be one of your questions.
Okay.
That if I meant to tell people that he was a rapist, and no, I was posing it as a question.
Oh.
And so if we're gonna go through, so mark that down.
Yeah.
As one of your questions, if we're actually going to go through the truth detector test or whatever.
Yeah, truth telling test, because it's not.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's not how it was. I was saying, well, how would you? I was saying it like, how would you fucking feel? I was not going to tell anyone that. I was really hurt, and there's no excuse to that. Woman hormones, no excuse. I fucked up.
Well, like you said, men don't have hormones, so it's hard for me to understand. Absent of any hormones, I mean, like, really, I'm not saying I'm an emotionalist shell, but as close as you can be without being an actual poorly drawn robot.
No, men do have hormones, I believe, right?
No. You were right the other night. I mean,
it's like
we have like one
XY chromosomes, and
yes,
X is okay.
Yes. So correct there, and then we have. Like, and I can't remember the scientific fact, but it's like one hormone. We have like one hormone for every 100 hormones that a woman has. So it's
but nothing that anything that I say is an excuse, is an explanation. But I have to apologize, and
Yeah, guys, men do not have hormones. That's true. They don't exist, and I don't know why she's talking about chromosomes. What does that have to do with hormones? I'm a little lost. That's not how that works. I don't even think those two things aren't connected.
I do feel really bad, and I don't want people to think that that's what I meant, because it was leaked calls. I thought it was a private conversation.
Yeah.
And Nuggets wasn't even, in my opinion, wasn't supposed to be there.
Nuggets wasn't there.
But okay, so when people are in the background of your streams, you understand they can hear what you're saying, right?
No, Nuggets wasn't even a part of that call.
Okay, but people who, when it says like a guest is waiting for your stream, they can watch your stream, right?
I did not know that, because I've never been a guest on a stream that used StreamYard. I'm not a guest on very many streams. Yeah,
and that's why I was thinking this was weird, because we were like
See, here's the thing. You're blaming me for my own stupidity and ignorance when we've already covered I'm not a smart man. Do I have a marvelous set of pipes? Yeah. Can I come up with a jingle every now and then? Of course. But intelligence has never been my forte.
I don't know, but I mean, it's just.
Listen, we can go. We can drive around.
It's like watching a YouTube video, but you do it with other guests.
That sounds ridiculous. Who would want to do that?
And then the YouTube video, you have to go separately to talk to people.
Oh, right. Let me ask you a question, because we can drive around in a circle over and over again looking at Big Ben like this was a National Lampoon's European Vacation.
They were all able to hear everything.
Yeah, but
here's so like when you're like, I'm about to bring Joby on. That's what I'm talking about.
No, because when I do that, when I bring Joey on, I don't even send him the link until right before I bring him on. So I make sure that he doesn't.
Oh, okay. So
yeah,
it's not
and then when I
leading guests can hear everything. No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but then when I remove him, I don't just like click leave from stream. I kick him from the actual stream.
And then
yeah. So see, I know what okay. So I'm glad to know that though, because all right. So let me ask you this, because again, I feel like we can go in circles. We can talk about all this. What would it take? What kind of common ground could we find? Would you be willing to come on a stream and talk with Nuggies? Ask them, present. No. Hold on. And
no, because I want to file a temporary restraining order. Nope.
Listen.
No.
Listen.
Not listening to anything you say.
Jesse,
I'll hang up this call.
Jesse.
This person is psychotic and after me, and you don't.
Yes, and no. Hold on.
Jesse. Because you don't. You haven't been in my life and seen things I've been through and everything. And
you are 100% right, and that's why I'm saying, again, help me understand, but not just help me understand. Help me help you get to the bottom of this. And if it'll take me bringing Nuggies on so that you can and make Nuggies sit there and look at your.
Can you message your best friend Nuggies right now? One question.
Nuggies.
What's the question that you want me to ask Nuggies?
How would I say this without being like trolling? What kind of crystals do you recommend in this situation?
Oh, is this to find out if Nuggies is Addie?
Well, it's not even that. Because I think that she sent a picture to me. I haven't opened up her email, and it showed like the little parentheses image, and then it said, "I'm not Addie." So I never opened the email, but I'm assuming because I've seen Addie. But the thing is, she's only called me in the dark.
Oh.
So it's like so fucking weird. But like they both look the same. They're like both basic looking girls, you know what I mean? And they talk
basic bitches. Okay.
Talk like this and like, listen, so Steve McRae has done this and they talk the same exact way.
Okay.
It's so weird. And they were like, since you have messages, like, why don't you even ask her about Steve McRae and all this stuff? Because that's what she said her messages, and I want to know the more information about that.
Hey, so I'm asking you.
Make any sense.
I'm asking you. Now that I know that contract was bullshit, I have full control over my channel again.
Yeah, but haven't you signed contracts before?
I sign contracts. I sign contracts literally every week. Big multi-million-dollar contracts. It's not a joke. But
haven't you signed like? If she would have known about Wes, like, I mean, the big thing, like, one of Wes's, like, big things, like, obviously after the Vince shit, was the Muse shit, and, like, wait, no. Yeah, because the Muse thing did have a contract, because he specifically wrote a contract to get her the fuck out of the house. So, like, that would be a contract right there. Like, it's just a lack of, like, not knowing. Not only does she not know Jordan, but she doesn't even know Wes. It's kind of weird.
But all the contracts that I do, they're all e-signed.
You get a copy, or your lawyer gets a copy.
No. Hold on.
What's going on?
They are 100% all e-signed, and after they're signed by all parties, I automatically get a copy emailed to me. The last time I've done a 420-page contract, other than this time, was never. But even I didn't even think of the number 420. Ha ha ha! I smoke weed. So that was on me. Excuse me. And again, I'm not a smart man. We've talked about this. Had I had my lawyer available to discuss that with, it would have said don't sign it without reading it. But the yellow post-it
but you could have messaged me.
I could, and that was my bad. I didn't even think like, okay, my lawyer's unavailable. Who should I ask? Well, Jesse, obviously.
I wouldn't have said anything to anyone, and I would have said, read it to me, and I would have told you if it was bullshit or not.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You didn't even have to show me anything. If you just read the first paragraph, the first paragraph would be extremely
telling, yeah.
Because the first paragraph,
it sets the stage.
It's not like an English essay,
Yeah, it's not an intro to a book report on where the red fern grows. This is the legal stuff. It's it's not about little man and babe and the dog and how the dog dies at the end. If
this is all true, then you could have came to me, and I mean, I guess you know now. But
now I know.
Is over, and
listen, trust me. Next time I get a contract sent to me, the first person I'm going to send it to is you to get your opinion on it, because I didn't know that you had.
Well, I mean, you're talking about like trolling contracts, but I'm telling you that you have to make good decisions.
Yes, you are right.
It is a shame that like we never got like a. Well, I guess he did send her like a contract for No Migos, but we never got her like on the phone like trying to figure out like some legal jargon. That would have just been really funny. So that's a little bit of a shame, I suppose.
I research products and everything. So if you really wanted to do that, I can research products. I can find influencers and everything, ask them questions and everything on Instagram. I don't know if you have Instagram, but that's how I do it. And I can message them and make sure that what their, the product is. It's not like BoomPod and everything. My sister was an influencer for a little
really
while.
With who?
What?
What do you mean? Your sister was an influencer?
Well, not an influencer, but I would say that she made like Instagram content, and she has the ability to get in contact with companies.
Oh.
And so she was doing a lot of laxatives.
Yeah, cool. That's shitty. Get it? Because they're laxatives.
That's shitty. But yeah, she does a lot of laxative advertisements and stuff. But
I'm not trying to poo on what she did. I'm just saying sometimes that kind of work can really stink. But that doesn't mean she's not number 2 in my book. See what I did there? Those were all like poo jokes.
Yes, I love it.
But let me tell you one thing. While you're talking about your sister being an influencer, I want you to know that you've influenced a lot of people to try Celsius this week.
Prove it.
Well, I mean, I have 2 cans here. And there have been several people who have bought.
So you're a lot of people? Where's the other people?
There are other people who.
No, that is true. A lot of the community didn't hear about Celsius, and like Jesse really did bring in people to try Celsius just for the meme. So that's like 100% true, because like Callie, Vex, Wes, Evil Little McNuggets, I believe. I don't know. A lot of other people were as well. Cybersqueak probably. Guru maybe. Yeah, that's 100% true.
Who will gladly? There might even be some streams where people are going to discuss the Celsius. But I know for a fact Danny G bought some Celsius. Aaron E bought some Celsius. There are a lot of people have got on the. AMD bought Celsius, and one of them said that it got them so hopped up and full of energy that their face was moving faster than their body, like it was like twitching with anticipation for what was coming next. And what was coming next? Probably another can of Celsius. This bitch hung up on me. She hung up on me. She's typing. Her mom probably came outside and told her to come back in. Here, I'll just play you guys a little music while we wait.
It just doesn't matter what hole you get yourself into. It just doesn't matter what hole you get yourself into. You can put it in my mouth, or you can boogie down on south. You can put it in my ass. We'll have to smoke a lot of grass, 'cause I know it will hurt. So let's numb the pain first. It just doesn't matter what hole you get yourself into. Yeah, so.
And that was Pick a Hole, Any Hole by Jessie J. She also has another really good song that goes, she's horny in the morning, horny in the evening, horny in the nighttime too. What you gonna do with the vibrator? She's gonna come on you. It's another good one. She said, you're joking because Celsius does not do that. No jitters. If they felt that way, it's for another reason. So let me ask you a question, Mr. Mahogany. Was there another reason why Adult Girl's face was twitching? Maybe the meth that she was ingesting wasn't from this Nazi superhero drink, but from a dealer. Maybe a Mr. Spider. If they felt that. And so, okay, guys, that there are hard limits. Now, I can talk about any number of things, but she will be damned if I'm going to talk badly about the great taste and positive benefits of Celsius. Okay, all right. Let's agree that. Okay, all right. Okay, let's agree that Celsius did not cause any jitters, and it must have been from something else. But you need to stop hanging up on me. Can we finish up this conversation? Yes, if you have too much vitamins, I agree you will have the jitters, but you don't have to type that in all drinks. It's a vitamin energy drink. I'm aware. I have the can. Call me back so that we can finish this up. I've never seen someone so passionate about a product that they have nothing to do with before. She said, it's a vitamin energy drink. Do not be drinking it like a pack of White Claws. So if that can be passed on to Adult Girl to stop fucking it up for everybody else, if you're having an issue with this Nazi beverage created when they overtook France, if you're having a problem with that, that's a you problem, just like the jealousy that Cybersqueak and there we go. All right. Hey, that was my bad. And you know what? This really plays into what we were talking about the difference between proof and just accusations. And you're right. It maybe Celsius didn't cause those jitters, and I'm sorry for saying so. Right?
That's fine. Yeah,
well, it's not fine because you hung up on me. So
that, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we're good. We can agree that Celsius did not cause any jitters, and whatever that person had going on.
Can you imagine getting so upset, like, about a I don't know. I guess when I was younger, like, I did get upset, like, if people criticize, like, a TV show or, like, a video game or something, or, like, a movie or whatever that I really, like, put a lot of hours into and, like, was really special to me. But, like, a drink, I don't really think I've ever had any sort of drink that was, like, that special to me. Like, um, yeah, I don't know. I don't understand that really.
On with their body was completely independent of Celsius. Because I'm drinking it right now, and while I don't love the flavor, I can say I feel more energized than I did before we got on the call. And that's not a joke. That's not a trolling. I do feel more energy from this can of Celsius.
Well, because it has the essential vitamins that your body needs.
I see that. And do you know what some of those vitamins are?
B12, B6,
yeah,
C, vitamin C, and I forgot.
I think the best benefit of this can of Celsius is the fact that it brings people together. And that's something that you can't monetize or put on the can or pour into a glass. So now that we're back and we can agree that Celsius is a great tasting drink that gives you a lot of energy and it tastes great, let's get back to what we were talking about, because we were discussing, based on my hierarchy within the community and having my channel back, theoretically I could make nuggies. What are you doing?
I'm packing a bowl.
Okay. I could make nuggies sit there and listen while you present your evidence, while you discuss Steve McRae. I asked Nuggies what kind of crystals, and they said Crystal Pepsi, which Crystal Pepsi hasn't been on the market since like 92. And the reason why Crystal Pepsi even came about was because
Okay, I'm not going to be gaslight because you know what they did in my last
no,
stream.
hey,
Why would you have someone on your channel after what they did with me into cyberspace?
yes, and
Why?
I'm asking you if you want to have a sit down talk with them where they cannot leave.
No, because this should be the end of contacting someone who's a troll.
But like the Jeroen stuff. I mean, you're familiar with that. I trolled him. He was a no good Nick, so I trolled him.
But listen, so this person's severely mentally ill.
Yes. Okay, who is? Are we saying Nuggies is severely mentally ill?
Yeah. And I want the best for her, but I want to cease contact because I really do want to get a temporary restraining order because of friends and
Okay, like, even if Jesse wants to cease contact with Nuggets, whatever, that's fine. What does that have to do with Wes?
family that I've told and shown things, and I have people from my hometown messaging me on Facebook and asking me what's going on.
How do they know? How do the people?
Good Lord, could you imagine fucking dating Jesse? Like, she would, like, anyone she didn't like, you would not be able to be friends with them. And you wouldn't have any fucking friends because she doesn't like anybody besides herself. And she doesn't really even like herself, so you wouldn't be able to talk to fucking anybody.
In your
what
home,
is this? What is that?
How do the people in
and
your?
It's all about Nuggets.
Huh.
And
wait,
yeah,
so people.
then Victoria. So
well, let's not dox. Let's not dox them because I didn't know Nuggets names.
Wait. So you're okay with her doxing me, but when I do the same, it's not okay.
Well, did Nuggets dox you?
And we're going to go back to she's in this
community.
No.
Hold on. I'm just asking you, did Nuggets dox you? Because I didn't know that. And you know I'm not cool with doxing. You know that.
Where do you think the phone number came from that in that stream where people were going 6319 and then like because you can't post an entire freaking number. It won't YouTube won't detect it.
No, I didn't know. I've never
went they went 631974 and then over and over over and over and this is when I was sleeping, so I couldn't fucking delete it until after, and I finally did. And then they came to another stream. That was the one that it was the one that you told me not to stream.
Yeah, and you did
that night.
And then they
did call her 631 and then phone number.
And you think that was Nuggie? Was it Nuggie's under Nuggie's account that did it? Because you still have that stream, right?
No, it wasn't her account, but she's a part of this group.
Well, and again, now we're getting back to that brilliant, and I mean that brilliant point you brought up earlier about this energy drink that you passionately believe in. You were very upset because people were making accusations against Celsius with an absence of proof. And to blame Nuggies for something that you're saying people were I can hear.
I'm not doing this anymore.
Jesse,
the
stop.
messages that you sent me. No,
we're making a ton of progress. We're making a ton of progress.
She was admitting to everything because that's what she does.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Serpent on the Merchant who is messaging me, and I don't know if it was Theo or Addie, but they were trolling me about crystals and everything. And
mm-hmm.
and they talk about all this personal stuff like on his stock account, and they reactivated their account and tried to message me, and I'm like, no.
So what do you want to see? Let's just get to this thing.
If Nuggets want to clarify something and say, so they were using a voice programmer to voice, and it wasn't me saying that you were not saying it wasn't me in DMs and chats and stuff calling you a horrible person and all this stuff. It was a fake robot. Then we'll have that talk. But
I don't think Nuggies would say it was a. I don't think Nuggies would say it was a robot. But I'm saying, and because I asked you earlier, like, hey, let's do a stream where you can.
You're friends with this person,
Jesse. You have on your listening ears, but your hearing ears, you must have left them in the house because I keep trying to talk and you keep talking over me.
I know. I
Can
know. I'm
no, Jess.
sorry,
Okay,
but
no,
you don't
Jesse.
understand.
No, you don't understand because and I've explained this to you. I'm a busy man. I'm a busy man who's always on the go.
Okay,
Some
yeah, I
days.
apologize for taking up your time.
Well, and again, you're
Um,
still talking over me while I'm monologuing here, and that's never a good sign. I'm a busy man on the go, and sometimes I'm low on energy. Today, thankfully, I'm halfway through a can of Celsius Energy, so that's not a problem. But I have my kid who leaves for San Diego in a few days, and I really want to hang out with him. Now he's on his way home from a friend's house, and before he gets home, I'd like to wrap this up. So you're talking about nuggies. You're talking a lot about nuggies and things nuggies did. I said, hey, and here's two options. Okay, I'm going to give you two options, and I'd like you to hear me out. I want you to put your hearing ears on and turn them all the way up to 11. Can you do that for me?
All right, sorry about that. Yeah, so like one thing I will say is that Jesse's Nuggets impression definitely got better. Yeah, yeah, okay. I'm an even little bit nugget. Yeah, yeah, okay.
yes.
Okay. Now there's two options. You could sit down with Nuggies, and you can say, listen, you you can't have your hearing ears on if you're making noise when I'm talking. Now you could
Yes, sir.
you could sit down with Nuggies, and
Ew.
you can say, this is what's going on, this is who you are, and you can provide every piece of proof. And then
I already
Nuggies,
showed it on my channel. I showed all the
Jesse,
screenshots that I have,
Jesse,
and your messages.
these
Okay,
hearing ears are
hearing ears.
defective.
I know. You're like, I'm defending my best friend.
I'm not see, you're getting it all wrong. You're getting it all wrong. That is not at all what I'm doing. I'm trying to give you options so that we can get, remember, because I didn't call it a lie detector test. It's a truth telling test because that's what it is. I believe you're telling the truth. But absence of proof, people can just make up wild stories, like stories about Celsius being a Nazi
The whole
drink.
and the animated thing and all that stuff. Like, I would love to take a lie detector test.
Yeah,
With
you know what?
the Kim S animation thing, because that's not fucking fair
Yeah,
that people did this
you're
to
right.
me for
You're right.
months.
And
And do you know what? If I did take a lie detector test that you paid for, and we put this on the internet, like on Boulevard Channels or whatever, people would be like, "Oh my god, I believe this girl."
Yes.
Fucking
Yes.
this.
So and we're gonna do that. But let me tell you about coincidences. And I'm sorry if I have to take a quick detour, but September 10th, 2001, me and a buddy were at a baseball game, a Padres baseball game, and
I wasn't there.
okay, you weren't, and I never claimed you were, but the light, one of the banks of lights wouldn't work, so the game couldn't start for like 45 minutes, and we just started talking about hijacking. How when we were kids, there were a lot of hijackings, and you just never heard about stuff like that happening anymore. And the very next morning was September 11th, and that this is a true story. That was coincidence. It was crazy that just the night before we've been talking about how you just never hear about hijackings anymore, and then the very next morning planes were hijacked. See, those coincidences do happen. No one's saying that is.
Yeah, and just but even
Jesse,
that doesn't
Jesse.
surprise me, because wait, can I please say that when President Bush was in the classroom on 9/11, when he was given information, the notes on the board were, if you can look up the video and everything, they just talk about plane hits tower.
Wait, so do you believe?
I'm trying to figure out ages. Is Jessie old enough to remember 9/11? Like, would she be old enough? I wasn't old enough, so that's what I'm trying to figure out. Would she have been in grade school or middle school? I can't remember how old she even is. I know she was 30 in, or like, no, she was 28 in 2022. So she would be like 31 now. But then some people say she was lying about her age, but let's just assume she's 31. So that's like, yeah, she probably would have been like, I think in middle school, I want to say, if I'm counting right, but I don't know, I'm tired.
Do you believe 9/11 might have been planned?
No, not by the government. I just think that was a synchronicity.
Oh, okay. And this would be, you know,
Thank you, Tribe. My math is about as good as fucking Jesse's. Like, Jesus Christ. So I was trying to think, like, let's see. Hmm. Whatever, it's fine.
What, like, if you don't do fasting content on your channel, or like if you don't foray into cooking or whatever, I think maybe that would be a good thing to look at. But let's get back to what I was saying about coincidence. Crazy coincidence, they can happen, and no one's saying they don't. But that's where we get to that thing about absence of proof. Absence of proof, anyone could say anything they want about Celsius energy drink, a drink that we both can agree does give you energy. But there are some people who can make up claims, like you said. Nuggies made up those claims about the Celsius energy drink being a Nazi drink, but there's no proof, right? There's zero proof, so no one can say that without proof. And so without proof, it's going to be really hard to get people to believe that Nuggies did, like that Nuggies has been trolling you for all these months. So and here now we're Jesse, hearing ears. Okay, so there's two options: either have Nuggies on and confront Nuggies with all this information, and Nuggies can't leave. Okay, hey, I am giving you Jesse.
She, you know that half of those images were not even me.
Jesse, I'm giving you two options and you're talking, or there's no way we can continue this if you are not going to listen to me, because I'm not going to just wait for you to continue talking so that I can speak. I'm listening to what you're saying and I'm reacting to what you're saying, and you're not giving me that same satisfaction. You're not giving me the same respect I'm giving you, so this isn't even a conversation. May I continue? Jesse, did you mute me?
No, I'm muted so I can listen to you with hearing ears.
Okay, does that sound respectful though if you just put me on mute without saying, okay, I'm listening, or does that sound maybe kind of rude and bratty?
Oh, I am bratty.
Now, as I was saying, that's option one. Option two is, and you might like this one, what would you like to see done? And all you needed to do was let me get through option one, and we can get to option two, where you tell me what you want to see, but you were so busy just waiting your turn to speak over me that you never even let me get to that part. What would you like to see done? Now you have the floor.
Okay. So, I mean, if everything happened, why can't you do like a Muse kind of video, showing like the music and stuff, and then, showing like emails or whatever, and, like little conversations, and you can even show some of mine, but like tie it all together to be like what like all this fuckery is going on, where you don't have me that believes you, because several times I accused you of things, and you could be like, all this was like bouncing everywhere, and you tried to do the best that you can, and maybe even use some of my parody songs.
Well, which songs would you?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, like, first grade would be kind of like early to remember that, but like she was in New York at the time, I'm guessing. And like I remember a flood in kindergarten, so yeah, especially if she was actually in New York, she would have remembered that.
You want me to use?
Oh, I don't know. I did have some ideas before.
Okay.
But yeah, kind of like tie it all together, and I don't want to, make this a big deal, but I feel like it already is, and I just want things to be back to fucking normal.
Oh my God. Yeah, I just want to get back to being a private citizen. That's all, right?
A sovereign citizen.
Yeah, sure. So option one, you are not on board with. You do not want to have a talk and confront Nuggies. You don't want to bring up.
No, because I've had multiple conversations with her in text and on phone, and I tried.
Okay.
There's no going anywhere.
And so what you would like to see happen, what would make you happy, is if I did an expose video about nuggets. And
no, I want it to know. I want it to be like, what happened to my channel, or I don't want it to be an exposed nuggets. I want it to be the truth.
Oh, okay.
Like,
so you want me to make a video about
everything that came, yeah, I don't want it to be about her. I want it to be about like the truth, and like all this happened.
She's so fucking stupid because like that would also make Wes look like really fucking bad. Because the troll like story was that Wes signed like this contract as thick as the telephone book, that gave his channel over to Evil McNuggets. So like no one would want to ever work with Wes again. Like
all together and all this chaos and everything. I don't want it to be an exposed video or anything like that.
So you just want it to be basically a retelling of what happened with Nuggies taking over my channel.
And everything with me, and
So is that not the same thing as an exposed video?
No, because, well, not in the same context, because I don't want you to drag this human being. I want it to just be like a general video.
So, okay, let me just make sure I have it right. You want me to make a video about how Nuggies tried to ruin my life and took over my channels?
Well, no, I guess, because in other words, it's saying, like, if she's saying that you would owe her $50K in your house and everything.
Yeah.
If that's true, then put that out there. But I don't want it to be dragging her. You know what I mean? I want it to be all facts, including things that I've said and everything.
And so do you want me to use you anonymously? Because you don't want me like linking people to your channel, or you don't want people coming to your channel or anything from this, do you?
No, I mean, I don't mind, because I've gained 100 subscribers.
That's like asking Euro, do you want me to like put you? I could do it anonymously, on the Chris Hansen video, whenever he was talking about exposing Jordan. Like they're both like so eager for like subscribers. Like, yeah, of course they're going to take any opportunity to get more
from this ordeal.
Oh wow. So okay.
I know.
Between you and me,
my views have gone up extremely. It's wild. And I've looked on my creator studio today, and I was like, what the hell? It's like it said like 10K up views in all of my videos combined.
So you're gonna be passing me in no time. Like you said, my dead channel. You're gonna be you're gonna be way past.
I want to help you. I mean, but I feel like I'm like all of this stuff and chaos and everything isn't doing us any good.
Yeah, no, you're right. How are you gonna help me? Oh, you mean like you're gonna help me get more traffic and stuff with this video series? Should it be one video or should it be multiple?
Well, the Muse videos were multiple, but people don't like waiting.
Yeah, that's
especially
true.
Women. We don't want to wait.
Yeah, women hate waiting.
So if you can, even if it was like a two-parter and then not so much of a cliffhanger at the end, where it kind of like wrapped up, so people were like, and that's it, and then you're like, and continued.
Yeah, because you don't want to have to spoon feed it to anyone, right?
Right. Yeah, and no trailers or anything like that.
Yeah.
That way, it all comes out at once.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to advertise it. Like, what do you mean no trailers? Like, that's the hype trailers are to get people excited for the video.
But like, people don't want to wait months for this. People don't want to start the new year with Nick DeCotra drama.
Yeah, Nick DeCotra drama is the fucking worst. So
I call him DeCotra.
Yeah, I love Nick DeCotra. That guy, fuck that guy. But anyway, let's get back to what we're saying here. So you think that the best
Nick Nicotra. She thought Vincent Nicotra, Vince, whatever the fuck his name is, was called Nick. Girl.
Course of action would be to make a 2-part video series called like "What the Heck Happened to My Channel," and it's not an expose, but basically I'm exposing some of the actions. Now, would I include Vex in this or just Nuggies?
I would include Vex only because it really fucking hurt. I'm not going to cry.
No, let it out if you need to cry. Let it out. I told you,
because my parents are calling to hear me.
They're not going to hear you. Like I told you, holding in tears is like water leaking behind your wallboards. It's just going to make mildew from the
whole Raggedy Ann statement.
Yeah, that's a slur.
Her accusing me of being on pills and stuff. Like, what are you fucking talking about? The only pills that I ever take is Midol and vitamins.
And what's Midol for?
Period cramps.
Oh, okay. And vitamins. Yeah. So, and then you get your vitamins from Celsius. So, like, when are you taking pills? Right.
Well, it's not only that, but so I'm a vegetarian. So I have to, I have to keep moving my chair a little bit. So I have to take more vitamins than a normal human being.
Oh, yeah. Because you're not getting them from the meat.
Because I'm vegetarian.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, calling me a Raggedy Ann and
which again is a slur, and everyone knows that.
Yeah, but no, because you messaged when I think we had it was a phone call or a text message when you were saying that anyone can say Raggedy Ann and people who have red hair or whatever. That's not what she meant. And she explained it. You should have the video, and she, said that my hair was fried and everything.
Why would she say that?
And you don't remember?
No, I said why. I'm asking you. Like, I'm saying, like, why would she say that? Why would anyone say something like that?
So the only thing I could think of is that there are several streams where I didn't have my hair like perfectly kept.
Oh.
Yeah, and my hair is wavy.
Uh-huh.
But like at the end, sometimes it'll like curve up.
Absolutely.
Or it'll be like
Listen,
super straight.
Let me ask you a question.
And then people assume.
Let's cut through the let's cut through the mustard and get right down the roast beef. Do you believe that Vex is jealous of you?
No.
Okay.
I think that she has misinformation about me, and she
thinks her hair is like not like, girl, your hair is fried. Like, look at that. Look at her fucking hair. Even in this awful picture of her, like, it's fucked. Especially like the picture I used last stream. Oh my god.
doesn't like me because of the information.
What information do you think that is?
Well, everything, that we've talked about, like on the Green Frog channel and everything. I believe that she saw these things, like maybe like, I believe that she's in this group. But if she's not in this group, then she's seen things in like January, because that would explain why. If she's not in this group, it would explain why she never said hi to me in chats.
Mm-hmm.
And I kept, every night that I would say hi to her, I kept thinking, oh no, she has a lot of people to, say hi to.
Yeah, that's her job as a mod, to greet everyone.
Right. And I understand, because like I said, I'm on for several channels.
Yeah.
And it's overwhelming.
It is.
One channel that I was 13,000.
Whoa.
Had 13,000 people in a live stream.
Wow.
It was like, I know.
Let me ask you a question, Jesse.
Insane,
Let me ask you a question, and I want to ask you this without you crying.
Yeah, but I just want to say.
What was that? Why did she sound like the fish from SpongeBob? What was that? Let me go back.
Let me ask you a question, Jesse.
Insane.
Wow.
It was like, I know.
Let me ask you a
was
question, Jesse.
insane.
Let me ask you a question, and I want to
Okay.
ask you this without you
Yeah,
crying.
but I just want to say that about Vex, that I don't think she's jealous of me, that either if she's not a part of this, that she's seen dreams about me and stuff, or even maybe even watched my own channel and didn't like what she saw. And then from there, but
This is Jessie. Jessie is a lolcow who was sort of in this community a little bit, but like back in 2022, she was a sex pest and tried doxing people and accusing everyone of rape or accusing everyone of being pedophiles who just didn't agree with her, like who just didn't believe her bullshit. And she also, and yeah, there's basically, and she, which basically culminated, yes, Jessie is in the pic, which basically culminated into her being on Chris Hansen's channel, which, let me see if I can find that real quick. Here, I will link the full interview. I'm not sure where, yeah, I don't really feel like, looking through Jesse or whatever, Chris Hansen's channel, but like, yeah, here's the full interview. And then I'll look, yeah, you know what, fuck it, I'll look through, does Chris Hansen even, yeah, he does, okay.
calling me a Raggedy Ann, making fun of me, and then she like briefly said like, "Oh, you're fat" and everything, and that reminded me of what all these trolls say.
Because only a
And
troll would say
like,
something
the whole
like
Photoshop
that.
thing and everything.
Yeah,
and it's really annoying because can
Okay,
I
Jesse?
please just say this before we continue?
Yes, go ahead.
They want
Okay, the second link is to the Chris Hansen video, which basically gives the backstory of who Jesse is. And then the first video is the whole full interview with Chris Hansen.
me to take nude photos to other people to prove I'm not fat.
Who does?
These trolls.
Isn't that what got
and
you?
That's why.
Isn't that what got you in trouble in the first
Yes.
place?
Yeah, and that's what they keep doing, and that's why they call me fat, because they want me to be like, see, I'm not fat, because in one stream, I was wearing a shirt and they pulled up my body, and like I have a sexy body, and I was
No.
showing it, which is like I'm not fat and everything. I still have the image from it. I was gonna send it to you, but I'm like, now this is unsolicited messages.
Yeah, I don't think that's necessary. But let's talk about this. Do you believe that maybe the reason why some people kind of shied away from you in streams was because of like horny comments? Because if you remember, that's what kind of started this in the first place.
Jessie not only has like a big gap in between her boobs, but like she has like very flat like boobs. Like I was surprised. Like she has like pancake titties. Like straight up.
Came to you with a very simple pair.
Yes.
Jesse.
Oh yeah, no.
I need hearing it. No,
agree.
I'm not done. You can't answer a question when I'm not done. Yeah. Because there were people who contacted me and they were concerned. They weren't happy with the amount of horny comments being made. So maybe that's the reason why some people wouldn't say hi to you, and it was just because maybe they thought if they did, they would become the next target of horny comments. Do you think that's possible?
It's not about that. It's not about the comments. It's about the trolling. And I have screenshots for you that I can show where people are saying that they don't feel comfortable in my chat because of the extreme trolling going on.
Okay.
And these people, they're, they were fine with everything, but yes, I got way out of hand, and I admit that I do.
You never even meant to do it. You said it yourself. You never even meant to do it, right?
Right, and I kind of confused, I guess, YouTube with ChatterBait almost a
Yeah,
little bit.
and that's
You know?
easy enough to do. Easy enough to do. But what I'm getting
He confused YouTube with Chatterbait? Is that what she just said?
at is if you can admit that, if you can in the clear night sky at 10:35 p.m. local time say, you know what, I got a little out of hand. I maybe said some things that I shouldn't have said. All I wanted to do was go to the chats, flirt, and maybe make some money. And you're able to say that, then maybe we can take a step back and say, perhaps the reason people weren't as welcoming to me as I would have liked was because some of those comments that I can now admit were maybe a little out of pocket. Maybe that's
Yeah, no, I know, because it's my channel, and I thought it was okay because there's no excuse. I guess because there's plenty of women doing the same thing on YouTube, even more intense, and I shouldn't be doing that on my own channel.
Yeah.
But I've never gone to other people's DMs or anything like that.
okay, but hold on.
If there's anyone more intense than Jesse that you guys know of, please let us know, because that has to be like, yeah, just get them in contact with us so we can have more calls. Because yeah, we need more calls.
Now because we're still on Chat Street. I just want to make sure that you're understanding what I'm saying. Yeah, you're picking up what I'm putting down.
Oh, live chats. Yeah,
Yes.
no, I never did that.
What? You never did what?
I've never been in live chats like saying something inappropriate.
No, but you have, because I remember I read some of the screenshots to you.
Okay. All right. So if you think that,
Jesse, no, we're not going to do this.
No,
we're not
because no, because I want screenshots, because then you're going to prove that these people are me, because Theo does the same thing. He uses my Instagram and Facebook pictures.
I know,
Okay,
Jesse,
so
I know it was. Hold on,
no,
Jesse.
You're not listening to me. All right, fine. You're not listening to me.
Jesse.
And he goes in the comment section.
Yes. Oh, you mean in the video? In the video, no. Wes is the person talking in this call that I'm listening to.
He would go in AZ's channel all the time, and then because AZ did a live stream, and she invited me into, and I was listening into it, and she's like, you come into my chat. I'm not going to do her voice, but she accused me of coming to her channel and saying like threats to her. And I've never watched her videos because it's too traumatizing for me, and I just let people send me little clips and stuff. But do you believe that since I had my, let's say, quote unquote, identity taken, not, you know what I mean, and gone into live streams and comment sections, do you believe that other people have done the same thing, and that I could have been doing anything else?
Jesse,
do you have proof that I've said to anyone, I'm in Clobber stream right now, and then
no, here's the proof. Here's the proof I have.
I'm horny.
Can I tell you the proof?
If you're talking about the video though, that was Chris Hansen from who used to be on Predator, who did the interview with Jesse.
That I have. It was my stream that you were in, and I remember clicking on your name, and it was your channel.
You can't click on names in a live stream.
I do. I have the Chrome thing on, because Muse kept coming into my channel under different names.
Yes, you can. You can do that if you're like the person streaming, or if you're a mod. What is she talking about?
In creating accounts.
That's not how it works. But listen. So if you're talking about that one stream that I was making jokes with other people were saying, that's the only thing I can think of.
Okay. All right.
About your dick? Yeah.
No, you were talking about. Someone
else was like, "Oh, you have a big dick," and I was like, "Oh yeah."
No, you were talking about.
Like,
That's a Joran reference, Jesse. Come on now.
It was just I'm extra horny tonight, and like you, when Treasure Baby was there, you told me to show him you'd squirtle on his face or something, and it would they're comments that could have been completely taken out of context. I agree with you, But really,
Yeah,
what?
you have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay,
And this is
all right,
this is
Jesse.
exactly what I'm talking about because I've been trolls for a fucking year.
Yeah.
And if you're not going to believe me, that's fine. So, okay.
Jesse, now it sounds like you're shutting down, and she hung up. I'm fucking exhausted, so I will not be calling her back.
Yeah, no, I'm exhausted just listening to that. Oh my god. Um, I think I need to do like shorter calls for these streams. Like an hour's worth of Jesse is fine, but I need to find like the shorter ones and just do those and knock those out first. Because oh my god, like I'm gonna sleep very well tonight. That wow. Anyway, let's end it with a Joran song. I haven't heard a Joran song in like 50 years or something.
Hello.
All right, let's just play this one. Wait, this one. All right, I'll see you guys next time.
I never hear the bells if you need me. I never hear the bells. I never hear the bells if you need me. I never hear the bells. Do you hear what I hear when your lips are kissing mine? Do you hear the bells homing? Do you hear them ringing when I'm kissing you, baby? What do I have to do to make you feel the tingling too? Can't you hear the bells homing? Say it's just as cute to you as it is to me. I hear the bells, oh, I hear the bells, oh, ringing in my ears. Oh, say, do you love, do you love, do you love, like I love you, like I love you, like I love you, oh, baby. True love and joy and faith and all my strength I give to you, darling. My love is yours exclusively to enjoy any way you